Hey guys, Jim Edwards here, and I am here to help you save your New Year's resolutions. You're like, what, dude? New Year's was like 2, 3 weeks ago. I forgot all about my New Year's resolutions. That's okay, because it is not too late to achieve your New Year's resolutions. So I've got my notes here of what I want to share with you, and we're just going to jump right into it. So this video is for all entrepreneurs who want to get more done this year, make more sales, have an amazing life, and get stuff done. So I'm going to share with you 3 secrets about how to salvage your New Year's resolutions. Okay. Number 1, it's not too late to salvage your resolutions. So most people honestly have forgotten about their New Year's resolutions at this point. They're like, oh, I guess it's just another year. I'll keep doing the crap that I've been doing. And it's not too late if you actually will do a couple of specific things. Now, that brings me to secret number 2. And secret number 2 is stop trying to do everything. Most people, I remember when I was in real estate, we would sit down for like the whole day and plan out our goals, like micro plan them out. I was sitting at my desk wearing a suit and tie, which I hated. And it'd be like, okay, in my financial goals, I want to do this, and I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this. And I had this giant list, and it was a painful process to be able to create this. And since it was painful, I just never did it. And the problem also is that since it was painful and I didn't pay attention to it, it just sucked, and nothing actually got done. It was pretty good. I did pretty much plus or minus what I'd done the year before. So what you need to do is pick the primary thing you want to achieve. Now, if you feel like you don't want to have one, then maybe you're going to have 3. And it's usually in the areas of health, wealth, and relationships. Now, relationship can be with anybody, but the thing to keep in mind is it's health, wealth, relationships. One primary goal in each one of those. Now, that leads us to secret number 3, which is basically until you turn this into a daily action, a consistent action, your goal becomes a daily consistent action that you can take, nothing's going to happen. Now, how do we create a habit, which is really what we're talking about here? If you want to create a change in your life, if you want to create results, you've got to create a habit. So the key with a habit is tying this new habit to an existing habit. Now I'm going to tell you a quick story. Back in 2012, I was in terrible shape. I weighed 256 pounds. I could barely walk to the mailbox without getting out of breath, seriously. And I was having all kinds of terrible health problems related to just being overweight and out of shape. So I decided that I was going to lose weight. Now, I decided that for 5 years previous, but I did something different this time. I said, you know what? The one thing I know I can do is I can get up every morning and I can go for a walk. So I tied my weight loss to going to the toilet. What? That's right. What I did was I would hop up out of the bed. I would strip naked. I know it's too much information right now, but this is the God's honest truth. I would strip naked. I would go in the bathroom. I would use the restroom, and then I would come out and I would get dressed, and I would immediately walk out the door. Do not pass go. I walked out the door and I would walk for 30 minutes. I did that for a week. And then what happened was I said, you know what, this is kind of cool, but how could I add some things to this? So what I started doing then was the night before, I would come up with a question that I wanted to answer in creating content. And then I would have it right there on a Post-it note. So I would get up, strip naked, you'd go to the restroom, get dressed, grab the Post-it note, walk outside. I had my little headlamp walking down the road, and I would do nothing for 30 minutes but think about this question I wanted to answer. And then as soon as I got back, I would sit down and I would type up an article, and my business started taking off. So I was tying all these things to this one action, and it was becoming a habit. Then what happens is once you have this habit, it's very natural that we want to grow and we want to expand. And you're not the type of person, I know this, who you wouldn't be listening to me if you didn't think this way, that you would not be the type of person who naturally grows. So where that walking thing went for me was it turned into doing a few push-ups, then a few more push-ups, then doing some other exercises and adding a whole lot to that. And I started losing weight. I started having great self-confidence. I was consistently creating content. I was doing all these great things that all came initially from just making a decision every day to get up and walk, and then creating the habit by tying it to something I was already doing, which literally was getting out of bed and using the restroom. So how should you take what I've just shared with you to move forward in your own business or your own life? Number one, get really, really clear on your primary goal. That would be my number one thing. What is the number one most important thing you want to get done right now? Don't worry about all the ancillary goals and all the other stuff. Just what is the one primary thing you said you wanted to do at the beginning of the year? And it's never too late to get started with that. Number two, pick an action you can take consistently to bring you closer to that goal. Is it walking? Is it studying? Is it consistently being nicer to somebody in a specific context? And the third thing is tie it to something you're already doing. The cool thing is we, as especially online entrepreneurs, we have all sorts of opportunities to tie to existing stuff. We're always checking email. We're getting up. We're brushing our teeth. We're turning on our computer. All these things that are little pegs that we can tie these new action habits to, and just be creative and don't worry about if it seems silly or whatever. The key here is for you to take action that's going to massively change your life. And I hope that my story of sharing with you the story about me being a real estate agent, just sitting there and going through goals, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work for anybody doing it the traditional way. And the other story of, literally tying my health to going to the restroom. I know it sounds weird, but I'm telling you, you can create a habit that way. So I'm Jim Edwards. I want to thank you for joining me. One thing I would tell you, before you go, if you'd like additional cool stuff like this, I just invite you to do a couple things. Comment down below, like this video, like my page so that you can get notification of future stuff. And also check the link. I guess it's up below, down. I don't remember where it is, but join my group. I've got an amazing Facebook group that's all about creating compelling content and amazing sales copy. We share all kinds of stuff in there to help you make more sales and be more successful as an entrepreneur. So I would just encourage you to go ahead and join that. No cost. Go ahead and join. Love to see you on the inside. I'm Jim Edwards. Have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody.